Hello. Hobonichi just dropped their 2027 lineup, and I have been going back and forth on whether I'm going to cave and get one of the Hobonichis that released, or if I'm going to stick with Kinbore this year. So I thought I would take this opportunity and just talk through that decision. I don't know if I'll come to a decision by the end of this video, but let's go on a journey together. So hi, if you don't know me, my name's Shannon. I am an artist, illustrator, journaler, all around creative, and I'm just here on the internet talking about it. So join me. So this isn't going to be like a full spec layout kind of video. I feel like there are people on YouTube and the internet in general who do like a much better job of that. I'm going to start with Kinbore. They have a pretty limited sort of release. It looks like their A5 and their A6 release is really only 3 cover options this year. You get 3 covers in A5 or A6. So you have basically a plain black cover. You have, much like last year, you have the red cover. This is this year's. It was the year of the horse. Next year is the year of the sheep, it looks like. But the design is basically the same, except it's got a sheep instead of a horse. There is also what they're calling, it looks like it's sort of cream colored and it has chamomile on it. It's kind of cute. I am not super fussed over these covers because I tend to cover mine anyway. Part of the reason I did that, I actually took my cover off to make this video today. I didn't love this. It felt, I don't know, pedestrian maybe is a good word for it. It's held up really nicely and it does feel really nice, but I just knew I would want a little bit more character and personalization, something to make me keep coming back to it. So this year is my 3rd year really doing my best to take journaling really seriously. In 2024, I used a Hobonichi, and I did okay. I did better than I thought I would with raging ADHD, but I didn't do the best that I had hoped. Part of that I thought was because of the page size, and so in 2025, I sized down to an A6, and I did even worse, and I hated it. I didn't feel like I had enough room. I felt like I was sort of stifled by the size. I felt like I had to be stingy with what I wrote. It just wasn't the right size for me. So these, the Hobonichis do not officially release until September 1st. And they are slowly releasing, I feel like almost every day there is a new release of their collection. Because it's not officially released, I can't really see the prices, or I'm not going to try very hard. I am going to work off of memory from when I shopped for my 2024 Hobonichi. Just say that it felt really expensive to me. I am not rolling in dough, and so this felt like a really big investment for me for paper, what amounts to paper. What I didn't know then was how much I would love it. The paper is really good paper. I really loved using it and playing in the Hobonichi. And that is what sent me to Kinbore when the following year I wanted to try, I wanted to try again with a different something. I was scared that I'm not very good at habits, and I was scared that I was going to fail, and I didn't want to invest $70 to $100+ in something that I was going to fail at. And so I invested in the Kinbore. Now, the Kinbore was at least half the price. I don't exactly remember because I bought 2. I bought one for my niece as well. Maybe less actually, because I got the cover, the clear cover as well. The biggest difference that I've found, it's twofold. Kinbore is not playing the special edition game. They're just not in the same way that Hobonichi is. Hobonichi has like artist collabs, and they're always, like I said, they're doing a new release, it feels like, every day. And Kinbore's not doing that. Unless you're talking about the weeks, which this is a 2025 weeks that I didn't use in 2025 and then found in a bin, and then happened to have some stickers, and I have like replaced the dates so that I could try and use this. I'm trying, and I'm not very good at this. Is like for real planner people who like want to write down their dates, and I'm entirely too freelance, I think, to really make this a priority. I'm interested in it, in the concept of it as memory keeping, but I'm not there yet. I haven't figured that out yet. If you, like me, are a newbie to journaling and the journaling world, then you might not know about Hobonichi and sort of like all of the special stuff that goes around. This is like the truly a cult following. People who love Hobonichi, and they wait all year to see what next year's is going to be like. Release things over the month of August, and it's a big deal. That's pretty cool, but it's not quite, I'm not that into it. I love design, and I like pretty things, and I love when people are really intentional with their design and their thought, and Hobonichi does a great job with that, and so that draws me in. So that's what's happening right now. I keep seeing posts about the releases, and it's making me think, since I have done so well with my Kinbore this year, I would say I'm fully journaling 4 days a week, sometimes full all 7, just depends. And so that feels like maybe I could make the investment for something like the cost per use at that point makes a lot of sense to really invest in something that you're gonna love, that's tactile, that makes you feel good. And so let's go through what Hobonichi is releasing. Released is called Preview Forest, which is cute. I would like to point out that if you buy from the actual store, from Hobonichi website themselves, it is not a US business. This is Japanese. And they, so you'll have to deal with customs and shipping and all of that stuff. But if you order from their store, there are exclusives. One of those is a really cute little like charm of an acorn, and the other is going to be a pen. So I'm looking at the website now, and it looks like altogether through the month of August they are releasing 15 different drops or lineups. And for now, they have released 10 of those, I think. Yeah, 10 of those. So I'm going to try and maybe speed run this. We'll see. So the first is going to be their colors. Colors is exactly what it says on the tin. It is going to be bright and interesting colors. They choose different colors every year. And this is going to be basically just your covers for your planner. That's another thing that Hobonichi does. They do accessories really, really well. The planner, even if I end up getting a Kinbore, I might get a Hobonichi cover to make me feel good and make me feel like I indulged. And that could carry over, possibly even if I love something, into another year. So the colors line has what they're calling Blue Parasol, Fresh Citron, Bordeaux Terracotta, and then Chiffon Greige, Mango Latte, Misty Cedar, and then in the weeks they have Pink Sapphire, Canaria Yellow, Poppy Red, Sea Glass, and Midnight Blue. Some of these things are like, some things will only come in A6, some things will only come in A5. Okay. The next drop that we have is Moomin, which is truly a delight and an adorable thing. So they definitely have a special Moomin Weeks size that's super cute. That looks like there are going to be some two different, an A6 and an A5 cover, and then a sticker book, and a couple of pouches as well. The Weeks version that they are releasing also has like Moomin cartoons and like theming inside, which is really cute. I can see why people would be really drawn to that. Okay, yeah. And then you're going to have covers, and they have some washi tape and some sticky rolls and some clear stamps, and then a couple of drawer pouches. Drawer pouches are another thing that they are great with the accessories. Future editing Shannon here, realizing that I spent the next 25 minutes talking in depth about every single Hobonichi release that had come out at this point, and they're still releasing through the end of this week. And I wouldn't be surprised if there were other surprises. So I don't know why I would continue to go through a full ins and outs of every single release when they're not all out yet. What I am going to do is actually speedrun it now. The next drop is going to be Akiko Miyakoshi, which is called Capturing the Unforgettable Moments. Next, we're going to look at the Beautiful People collab, and I can already tell that this is going to draw me in. Like I said, if I get the Kinbore, I may still get something like this. I just noticed this today. They have something called Puppet Sun Sun, and it looks like a puppet. This is going to be another cover. They have an A6 cover, they have an A5 cover, and then they have a Weeks cover. Well, an actual Weeks that has this bright yellow banana on it. The next collab is by Yoshi Watanabe. I'm sorry for my pronunciation if it's crazy, but this is going to be one that is also tempting me. This next one is a collab that is a repeat, kind of, from last year. It's a collab with Yumi Kitagishi, and they did really beautiful covers last year, and they tempted me. Okay, our next collab is by Tanaka Daisuke, maybe? These are really beautiful. It says handcrafted from the fingertips to bring radiance to everyday life. This next drop is brand new, and it looks like a whole new concept for Hobonichi. It's called Collect and Collage. It says the Hobonichi Techo's Collect and Collage stationery series was designed to help you gather your everyday memories and keep them beautifully preserved. They're kind of going into the traveler notebook space, but it's very cool. It's like a smaller notebook and an interesting size, and in this they're calling it a pasting notebook. And in the collection, there's going to be some like stickers and tapes and a date stamp as well. So that you could, like travel journal or junk journal, and then also have this date stamp. And the interesting thing about the date stamp is that it actually has obviously the date, but then it also has like a little like not diagram, but like a little image of like a plane or what are some of the others? A cup of coffee, a light bulb, a heart. And then there are some collage stickers that you can make pockets out of. Yeah, that have like little foil accents on it. This is really smart. Yeah, the daily memories rotating stamp. So there's a smiley face, a kitty cat, a heart, a clown, a light bulb, a gift, looks like Mount Fuji, a coffee cup, a shopping bag, an airplane, a train, and a book. Very, very cool. I really like this. I might have to get that stamp, depending on how pricey it is. Sometimes these date stamps get really pricey to me. And then it looks like they have recommended stationery, like they have a recommended ink to go with that, and a couple of recommended pins that would their colorway looks like it matches the whole thing. There is also a One Piece collab. There was a One Piece collab last year. I know that people love One Piece and people are gonna love that, but I just know offhand that it's not for me, so I'm not gonna go too far into. Okay, so now I have gone through Hobonichi up until whatever today is, the 18th in August. There are going to be a couple of other collabs coming through, so we'll see how that goes. And then everything will actually drop in their website on September 1st. Right now, it looks like I'm going to be leaning towards buying another Kinbore for a couple of reasons. Hobonichi is laid out pretty differently. It is still a daily journal, but they have a bunch of pages in the front that I did not use. The Kinbore, which does have monthly in the front if I wanted to use that, I don't. I think the Kinbore is the way to go because it's cheaper, because it has held up really nicely. I mean, every day adding, ephemera, using glue, using gouache, using watercolor, using all kinds of stuff, has really worked out. So I think at this point, I'm still thinking of getting this Kinbore, but splurging on a real cover. This is a hobby that I'm taking more seriously, and investing in myself is important to me, and I think that if I do invest in this way, then I'll journal even more, which would be great. because I really love it and I feel like it helps me in my artwork. It helps me with my mental health. The only thing that might hold me back, and I'm going to have to noodle around on this, is that I sew. I do all the hobbies, really. I sew, and I was very much considering designing my own trifold situation that I could treat almost like a traveler's notebook system. That I could put like bands in so it could hold the whole the A5 journal, but it could also maybe hold a sketchbook at the same time. Maybe that's asking too much. Maybe that's trying too hard. I'm not sure. I did really like using some of my fabric stash to make what I made for this year that I'm going to have to figure out a way to put back on. All I did was tape it. I ironed it first, and then I taped it down so that it wouldn't move around when I put it on. And it's lasted. It's still holding up now with stickers that I've taped on. These are not even like stuck on, so I could reuse all of these stickers, or most of them. And I really enjoyed that. So maybe I'm too extra. Maybe I should just do what I did and be done. But that isn't exactly who I am. So it's looking 70-30. I'm going to get the Kinbore and also Hobonichi. Plot twist. So we'll see how that turns out. I'm not someone who's going to order on September 1st. I've got a lot in my fall coming up. What about you? Are you a Kinbore user? Are you a Hobonichi user? Or do you use something else altogether? Do you use a Traveler's? Do you use, I don't know, Aura Estelle? I am relatively new and I get easily overwhelmed. So I know that there are a lot more options. And this is just where I have ended up and landed. But I'd love to hear what you guys love and why. So tell me in the comments. Also, you should like and subscribe. I'm new to this. I'm playing and having fun. But I'd like to keep doing it because I really am playing and having fun. So like and subscribe because that makes the, dopamine receptors, like I get a little buzz, and then it means I'll make more videos. Because the editing is hard. Keep an eye out for my next video, which is going to be how my journaling habit has really supported and grown my illustration. Until next time, like, subscribe, all those things they tell me to say as a brand new YouTube creator.